Good morning. Welcome to Simply Real TV. This morning I'm working on putting together an episode on things that go bump in the night. And I've been working on this one for a while, trying to figure out how to make it work right. But anyway, hope you enjoy this episode. So do you ever hear bumps in the night and wonder what it was? I had that problem a few years ago and ended up buying a game camera, putting it on the front porch, putting it out in the front yard in various places. So we have a lot of raccoons. That's a pretty good case for bumps in the night. What I also noticed on the camera is we have some skunks. Of course there's deer. We see them all the time, day and night. And then we also have occasional fox that runs through. We had one that lived in the backyard for a while when we first moved here. And when it snows in the wintertime, it's evident that there's a game trail through our front yard because there's just a beaten down path. The garden pond in the front yard has turned into like the neighborhood watering hole. But then I started to realize there's more than just raccoons and foxes running around the yard. To my surprise, we have some pretty large bears that come through town, and they stop by the yard, and of course they stop by the watering hole. So having the game camera up front kind of brought this to my attention. So I got the game camera back in 2017 and put it out in the front yard and just watch what comes through. And now here we are, 2019. Figured it's a good time to kind of compile all the footage together. I also have some footage of bears that, my brother lived down the street. And he'd come home from work and call me and say, "Hey, we got bears at my house." So I'd run down there with my camera and film them. Shortly after my brother moved into his house, he found out there's a bear living underneath his deck. And when he came home from work one day, he lit the grill, and that kind of stirred up the bear, and that's when he realized he had a problem. My brother and my dad ended up building a concrete wall to keep the bear out from under his house and under his deck. So years ago, they would come and rummage through everybody's trash. They knew when trash day was, and that's when they would show up. Our town kind of had this bear aware program going on, and they kind of informed the residents of leaving their trash cans out overnight or all week long in some cases, to where people keep their trash locked up in the garage, and then the morning of trash day is when everybody takes the trash out now, which has really helped. 2017 was one of the biggest bear sighting years since I started filming them and since I got the game camera. 2018, I didn't have so much on the game camera, and then this year I've got a couple that came through. We had a bear come through our backyard, and he climbed on our rabbit hutch and knocked it over. Of course, the rabbit got loose, and the bear got the rabbit and ripped over my fence, dropped the rabbit in the neighbor's backyard, and ran off. So this happened in the night, and we didn't realize the rabbit was gone till the next morning. I'm gonna roll the compilation of bear videos. Hope you enjoy this. Might encourage you to get your own game camera and see what's crawling around in your yard.
You found something good over there, whatever it is. You really turned something up.
Hey!
He doesn't seem to care. I'm gonna do whatever I feel like. Alrighty then. Mr. Black Bear, you need to go home. Let's go back to the truck.
Sound grabbing.
Right, yeah.
And I thought you were making this up.